right. There we go. Hello. Welcome back. Nobody's here yet in the chat, but we're working on... This is James, again. Come to you from Third Universe at my house. Safe from COVID today. Halfway done with my COVID vaccinations. Oh, God. And hopefully not dying. So we are continuing today. We're going to be painting some more of this Uriel Ventris. I got some work done off camera, like I said I was going to do. I did some more layering on the blue and the gold. I brought the gold in, which is pretty cool looking, I think. Let me adjust the camera settings here. See if we can get these. That's better. Yes. Excellent. So we're going to continue working on this today. Thought we can get done. I got pretty much the blue where I want it. The gold pretty much where I want it. I thought today we can work on the cloak, which is not where I want it. I want this cloak to be a lot brighter, I think. Also threw some red on the purity seals. There's there. On that one. Groundhog! Oh, thank God! Huh. I was going to have to do this all alone. I did not do that one yet. Lifelight, how are you doing? Welcome. What is going on up in the chat today? It's glorious. What is it? Tuesday. Amazing Tuesday. Lifelight, have I met you before? Have you been in? I don't think I know you. From chat, I don't know you. But are you anyone I know in real life? You could be. A lot of people have different names. I'm doing fantastic today, Groundhog. I am doing fantastic. We made some progress on Uriel. We're going to be working on him still. I think he's coming along rather swimmingly. But we're going to be working on him today. All right. So for greens, I'm going to see what I got going on here for greens. I have a Vallejo sick green. The one that's not even started practically. Thank you, though. And I'm going to see what this camouflage green looks like. I don't even know what color this is, but it looks too olivey. We're going to find out. I haven't actually taken any. Oh, that is very different from what I thought it was going to be. I have to shake this a whole bunch more. Yeah, that's olive. That is that color. That is not the color that I need. That goes away. Maybe as an add-in to our sick green, but definitely not the color that we're going to be using. The cloak is based in orc flesh contrast paint, which looks really dark in the pot in the bottle, but comes out much lighter. Yes, this is the color I want. So this sick green, this is the color that we're going to be using today for a bunch of what we're doing. I got my palette over here, but I keep it off camera because as soon as I bring it on camera, it causes too much light refraction. So, sadness. But this is the color comparison right here. Very different color. But I should be able to work this down. Thin it out a whole bunch. It'll give me a good layering. And it shouldn't be too... Wow, that's really bright. It's like 3 shades brighter than I thought it would be. Interesting. That's actually probably the final color that I do want the cloak though. Which is that green. Like a lighter, not necessarily mint green, but very more green, more yellowy green. Bring it down a bunch. So, how's everybody doing today? Hey Zach, how is it going? We just started. Working on some green cloak action. Zach, you're not a failure. Zach, you're awesome. Shut up. I'll do the one side first. I'll come back to the other side. So a bunch of this on this model is actually going to be covered by things like his backpack, which I have over here. This hasn't been started yet. This is actually going to cover a bunch on the cloak. That's why I have it off for now to paint it. Makes it significantly easier to paint when you have parts of it off. No problem, Zach. Don't put yourself down like that. Come on. Not with an attitude like that, you are. Camera kind of high up today. Man. Don't get old. Start losing your hair. Starts to look thin. Stinks. So this character happens to be the captain of, I believe it's the 4th company? Green? Green is 4. Got the Ultramarine Warhammer 40k book. We'll look that up real quick. Each Space Marine, oh here we go. So each Space Marine chapter has their own color. And my personal favorite is actually the 7th company, which is a purpley pink. The color is labeled as heliotrope. Heliotrope is a pink flower. And the 4th company, green. See a nice, like, kind of almost bright green? Almost. But that's what we're doing right here. This is Uriel Ventris, the captain of the 4th company, Ultramarine, who is a character that they made popular, I guess you could say, in several books, The Nightbringer, Warrior Brood, and a couple more. I don't know all of them, so I apologize. I should have done more research on that. So what we're doing here is we have our dark green that we put on here earlier. Green, purple, and silver. Purple and blue go kind of well together. Green and blue are very contrasty. Green is part of blue. They also contrast each other relatively well. So yeah, the green and the blue go well together. The traditional colors for Space Marines is actually yellow and blue. That's what they were first when they first got introduced. Yellow, blue with red. The red would be on the bolters. The bolters would be the housing of the bolters would be painted red. In fact, all Space Marine weaponry initially was painted red and looked something like this. But the red and the blue go really well together, and then the green on this power sword. This power sword green is a highlight color, and then cabling, sneak some cabling in there. But the green adds a little extra pop. But this is what what the heck is in there? Like part of a sandwich in there or something. Ooh. I don't know what that is. Foam? It's foamy. Must be from something I cut and got lodged in there. This is a Terminator Captain out of the Space Hulk kit that I converted into a Ultramarine Terminator Captain, Sergeant, whatever you want to have him be, with the power sword Stormbolter. Older mini. Initially he had blood drops. Like that gem would have been a blood drop, and all along the cloak at the base of each of these was a blood drop. Had to clean all that off. On the bolter itself had Blood Angel iconography. The wings are slightly different than what would be typically on a Space Marine. But the red and the blue go really, really well together. And the green is an extra third highlight color. Makes for a good looking model. Easy to look at. Non-plaid. It's Spaceball 1. She's gone plaid. But the fourth company uses green as their color. So this guy being the captain, he gets a cool cape in their green. It's a little too watery. It's leaving streaks. I don't like that. So some interesting news, hobby news, if you're into the hobby. Games Workshop, the company that makes these models, they may have gotten themselves into a little bit of hot water recently. They posted some things on their page, on their store page, for an up-and-coming model that's coming, or model kits that are coming out, and set them up for pre-order, but they used old existing photos of said kits that were released about 2 years ago, and those photos contained more models in it than the current release under the same name, and they were selling them at a 20% price increase, which everyone thought, oh, it's 20% price increase, that's normal, you know, it's been 2 years, they gotta try and make some more money. But then after they did pre-orders, they went back and changed their website to have the updated models that are in the kit on the product page. So a lot of people, including myself, I'm a little upset about it. I wasn't planning on buying the kits anyway, but that's still dirty. Still a dirty thing to do, which we don't want to, you know. Come on, GW, we're going to give you our money. just take it gently. The company that makes these, Games Workshop, out of England. I know here in the States, that would be considered a bait and switch operation, which is highly illegal. I don't know how that works with the new internet being a thing. I would assume that would still be illegal, and they can't really get away with saying that they changed it because people took screenshots. People have anything that goes on the internet stays on the internet forever. Remember that, kids. It's on the internet, it stays there forever. That is really stark. So that's the big gaming news. Another little piece of gaming news is the Warhammer Cursed City is going to be coming out soon, hopefully. And I am looking forward to that. Models in that kit are amazing. Yeah, internet law is weird. Because they sell in more than one country, I think that's going to cause a big issue for them. They sold in, just England, and they're following some obscure British law. They already have had backlash from a lot of the people who buy stuff from them that canceled orders because they weren't getting what they were advertised. So that's a thing. Real world problems call for real world solutions. Vote with your hobby dollar. It's a niche market that not everyone's into, and not everyone has money to spend on. So you don't want to piss off your customer base, which I think they did. Now that is actually going to be underneath there. So I just have to worry about this part here. Yeah, internet law is definitely weird, but it's still, truth in advertising is a thing. So I'm definitely going to have to tone that down. So what I'm going to do, actually I'm going to take some of this. This is a medium glaze. So what this is very similar to GW's technical paint. Yeah, I hope it does cause some future current revenue problems, because it's just, you don't do that. You just don't do it. It's like, we're gonna buy your models regardless, as long as you don't lie to us. Even if you lie to us, we're probably still gonna buy your models. Mostly because a lot of us have a crippling addiction. Alright, so this is what's called Glaze Medium. This is also made by Vallejo, but you can get this through other companies. Games Workshop, this is very similar, but it's not exactly the same, but it's very close. What this does is you add it to your paint, and it thins the paint out and turns it into something that's referred to as a glaze. A glaze acts like a contrast paint, sort of. It spreads the pigment out over a larger area. I think. That's how it's been explained to me, actually. So I could be wrong on that. So what we're going to do is on this dark side. Let's see how this works. So it allows the paint to adhere like normal. Whereas if you put too much, if you just watered it down, this would just run. We don't want it to run. So the glaze medium causes it to adhere better. but there's less pigment physically in there. So this should be thinner and allowed for more translucent. What I want to do is I want to thin this line down. I want to thin the darkness down. Still want that strong green shadow, but I want it to be less offensive almost. More glaze medium. Ah, I got it on my thumb. Got it on me. It's coming right for us. South Park. God, that show's stupid. Old enough to remember South Park when it first came out. Was considered very offensive. Still technically is, but not really that bad comparatively to today's standard. Okay, let's see how this works. I added significantly more medium, and I want to do is I want to bring that into there, bring it all the way in. Oh, audio track. How is my? Stupid. Yeah, it is pretty stupid. I haven't watched South Park in probably the better part of 10 years, other than highlights. Yeah, I think I thinned this down too much now. So I'm gonna make some corrections here. Oh boy. Not what I was going for. But like Bob Ross says, there are no mistakes, just happy accidents. There we go. That's a little flick. That's a little bit better. Try to keep it from pooling. See how the color, how the it goes on, and it's kind of stays where it is, but it doesn't drip anymore. So I've added more paint to the medium on my palette. Most of it, there's like 20 years of South Park, isn't there? I think there is actually legitimately 20 years of it. Kind of like that, but I'm bringing a little bit more brightness into there. Stay on camera, stay on target. Stay on target. It's funny how a couple of weird kids from Colorado started essentially an empire with just a couple funny voices. Speaking of South Park. I'm pretty sure they had their... Someone could fact check me on this. But I'm pretty sure their movie Basketball and Orgasmo came out before they got South Park. I think. I don't remember the exact order, but I remember seeing those before I saw South Park. And those were stupid. Those movies were dumb, but they were funny. Like they were crude and not nearly as thought-provoking as South Park is. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yeah, neither am I. Not too sure. Right there's coming out pretty good. Soften that gradient up a bunch. Still not keen on that connection point when we built the model. There's a spot right there on the shoulder, on the cloak right here, that has a really rough connection point. Not happy about that. I think they should have made this cloak as a come-on and one piece, and this should have set into underneath the rose icon. I think that would have been a better layout. But I'm not a model designer, so I'm sure there are probably limitations. Yeah, I know. I don't like seeing it, though. I'm going to have to hide that with good layering. You have to paint smooth over it. Someone once said to me, you can hide a really bad conversion with a really good paint job, and you can ruin a really good conversion with a bad paint job. So, that was back when I first started playing this game here. Years and years ago, back in the 2000s. Okay, so I'm definitely going to have to work on, I'm going to let this paint on there dry. And I'm going to move to the shoulder pad for a second while that does dry. The Glaze Medium does make it take a lot longer to dry. So on the shoulder pads, there's a piece of trim that goes around it. Here. Goes around the shoulder pad. Now on a normal shoulder pad, it would look like this. It would go around the whole thing. But you can't really see on this because reasons. We can work on this one. Oh no, I didn't do the blue on here yet. What I did do was I did the sword, and it doesn't look, this lighting in person, it looks a lot better. It looks very chunky on camera, but in person it looks pretty good. Now take my word for it. Hopefully it'll look better in photos. Well, at least somebody believes me. Now this, the shoulder pad can have a significantly bigger or more drastic shading gradient. Hard surfaces, mechanical surfaces typically can deal with that. It's the cloak that cloth items don't typically deal well with hard gradients. So we're not going to be doing any crazy blending on that. Now, one of the things I might do to this, doesn't have it on the box art. Doesn't have it on the box art, what I'm thinking is on the cloak, I might paint some freehand on there, which would be a ton of fun. On fabric, making freehand look believable is not easy, but if you can do it, it'll look good. That's the green I'm going for. Kind of a lively, rich green. Very green, not a yellow green, not a blue green, but a very nice, not hunter green, but a nice green. Oh, I forgot to turn my ringer off. Give me 2 seconds here. Apparently my phone says that I'm not me. There we go. That way I don't disturb the paint sesh. All right. So what we got here is I actually have a lively green, which should be, no, we're going to go with scorpion green, because this looks like it's more yellow. Yeah, definitely. So we're going to go with this one. We're going to add that to our sick green. And what that's going to do, that's going to bring it up even more, and that's going to be for a highlight. We're going to mix these two colors together on our palette. Come with kind of a median. It'll look kind of like that color. And then we're going to put that on the shoulder guard. And we're just going to do this highlight line. Yes, glorious. Just little tiny little edge highlights. And we're going to use that on the cloak too. Brushes again. Back to our chunky brush. So on the cloak, bring this color blend. And we're gonna stretch that up. I thinned it down a whole bunch. So it should be semi-transparent. Feathering it out. Yeah, that looks good. That's nice. Now, some people have the great ability to do wet blends on models, even on this size. On large vehicles, it's kind of not that hard. I use the term kind of because it's hard no matter what. But personally, I'm not that good to do it on these models. I won't do a wet blend. I'll just do a gradient blend. And a layering. Like that. So it looks really harsh right now, but that'll dry and that'll look a lot better. We're just doing that over the raised areas. A little more of the fix this. Hold on. There we go. A little bit of at the bottom edge, do a couple tiny little lines, and you feather it up or down. That'll give it an illusion of a flickering, like in the light. Yeah, that's much better. That intermediate color. And we're going to bring some more over onto this. Now this part right here, I think I just want to do this edge and this edge. I don't want to do that centerpiece. I think. Find out in a minute. There. Yeah. And what I might do is I might pull that out a little bit further, but slightly darker. So what do we think so far with the green? Whee! It's not where I want that line to be. There we go. Green's a very good color if you're just starting out to paint. Green is very pleasing to the eye. And the paints, the pigment in green typically are enough but not overwhelming that you can get good coverage and not worrying about having to have excess talent. Yeah, there's going to be a final highlight to this, a little bit more of the yellow added to it, and then another 2 more layers, I think, just to get a little extra edge pop. It's not done yet, though. Thank you. This here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Guinness is freaking out, man. Dog cam time. Gotta drink some water. Guinness, where are you? Ugh. Guinness! Come here, boo-boo! Come here! Oh, come on! Come here, that silly face. Come here. Ah! Rawr! Guinness time! Whee! Guinness dog! Coming into the camera. He's like, I hate you, Dad. Say hi to everybody, Guinness. Say hi. Oh, he's so cute. He's such a cutie. Oh, he's such a cutie. Such a good boy. Oh my goodness. Dog break. Okay, here you go. Go down. There you go. He's like, ah. You gotta get out of there. Oh, he's just normal freaking out. He's a weirdo. Guinness is just a weird dog. He freaks out sometimes. You might have heard one of the other dogs out in the rest of the house. My sister has 2 dogs, Wheaten Terriers, that live with us, and if they make a ruckus, he'll get interested sometimes, or we might have heard someone just preparing food. It is close to dinner time. Speaking of which, we're getting a little long on time, but I feel good about painting this miniature, so we're going to keep going for a little while. At least till, we'll do till 5:30 today. We'll do almost an hour. Actually, I think almost longer than an hour. What do you think of that Ren dog? Ground dog? Now the box art on this, they have it like a turquoisey blue-green, which I don't like. And on the inside of it, down here, they have it as like a weird, like pale cloth green, which I don't know how they did that, honestly. It's quite impressive. Yeah, having this many dogs is great until you gotta take care of them all. No, I love my dogs. Actually, I'm trying to get another one. I'm trying to rescue another dog. But rescuing a dog in Connecticut, where I live in Connecticut, from the rescue agencies is almost as difficult as adopting a child. So, questionnaires, they call your vets, it's all responsible stuff that you have to do and take care of, but it's like, I just want to give a dog a home. I just want a dog not to be homeless, and, I love dogs. I love schnauzers, and that's like my whole jam. It's like half of my identity is my dog. On the intro screen, the starting stream soon, you might notice the picture of my my old dog. That's Mochi. He's deceased. He died 2 years ago now, which is, it sucks, but he was old. I had him for at least 10 years. But that picture of him in the Hawaiian shirt, yeah, I'm a little into dogs, a little into schnauzers. And this guy's adorable. Yeah, adopting a human child if you're single, is almost impossible, actually, unless you're a woman. A man adopting a child who's not married is like, they just don't really allow it. But I'm talking adopting a dog, rescuing a dog. Actually really starting to like how that's starting to look. Thin layers. Let's grab some of this original color when I thin down too much. Also changed out the water on the wet palette today. Thank you. I love my tattoo also. I'll throw a shout out to George Pepperam, the tattoo artist who owns and operates, what are they called? Their Forest to Shore Gallery, tattoo gallery and art studio. He rather did that for me. He's extremely talented. He is on Instagram. You can follow him on Instagram if you'd like. I would suggest doing it. He posts not just that, but art. Because he's an artist. Also meaning he also posts some weird art stuff, so just be warned. But he's extremely talented tattoo artist. Absolutely fantastic. And yeah. As far as tattoos go, the price-wise, this tattoo was essentially free, cost-wise, to me. I have to go through all of the couples interested in adoption. Yes, I would agree with that. That's part of their criteria, is going through every couple that wants to adopt a child before they'll go through the single men who want to adopt a child, which I can understand that. I don't necessarily agree with it. A two-parent household typically would give better, like physically easier to give better care to a child. Does that make it right? No. Seth then claimed a make me dab, by the way. So I have to dab now? Is that what I have to do? What is that, like some of the woo? Too old to dab. Look at me. Look at this gray in my beard. Woo! I swear, you kids and your fancy newfangled dabs and flossing, your Fortnites. It's funny because my generation are the people who actually created that stuff, physically running the companies that created the Fortnite and all the other computer game companies and software companies. They're all about my age because we all grew up on Doom and Quake and original Counter-Strike, original Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate 3 just came out, which I actually haven't gotten yet, and I need to because I'm kind of a fan. I'm actually really liking how this is coming out now. But we'll never understand dabbing. Only thing I knew, never done it myself, but the only thing I know about dabbing is an illicit drug. We don't do that. I literally don't, but that's the sense. Don't do drugs, kids. unless you have to. As Chef said, there's a time and a place for everything. It's called college. Oh, hell no, children. Here. That reminded me, South Park Chef. James dabbing plus rant. Yeah. Just don't get it. I mean, what? How did you guys got to answer this for me? How did it become a thing? How? I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, Chef is probably the best character on there, and then he quit the show and then he died. So that's not that great. But how do you get involved in a show like South Park and not expect the things that they talked about to be talked about? All right, we're coming up on an hour here. Yeah, I have no idea how dabbing got started, and I would love to. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm looking at that's my homework assignment. Other than working on this model some more, I'll see you Thursday with more progress on Uriel. Done. Ooh, excuse me. Done, and the origins of the dab, and we will find this out together. We will learn. Thank you all for coming. I hope you have a wonderful day. Support your local game stores. Support Third Universe if you can, especially if it's local. And where's Guinness at? Where you at, Guinness? He's standing right at the door. Hold on. Guinness, what are you doing? You want to go out there? Want to go? Yeah, he wants to go out there. Or it was I who has let the dogs out. I'll end it on that. You guys have a great day. Hope to see you all Thursday. Have a good one.